to Haiti, to the town of Lacaille, and as happens to many people, I fell in love with Haiti. And it was in 19, I believe, 84.
Catherine never thought it was her work. She always thought it was God's work. And I think the members of Mercy Focus on Haiti feel the same way. We are being privileged to participate in God's work. God will carry it on, for as long as it's needed.
And then we went to Foncoze, and we heard about the program called Pathway to a Better Life. And they invited us to go visit Gautier and his staff in the Central Plateau. So we took ourselves there and we got into his little crowded office, and we're listening to him tell the story of the program and how the attention to women was significant in that program. But as I listened to him describe the program, and he talked about their work as ministry, I knew that I thought I was listening to Catherine McCauley, and I knew this was the program for us. This is what we had come to learn.
When I was talking to them, and they were talking about their founders, the founder of Sisters of Mercy, and she was classified as walking nuns. I mean, in our program, we do a lot of walking. So we consider ourselves also as walking nuns. So I'm hoping that as walking nuns, we will be able to walk together for many years to change many lives. Because every life we change, can't describe that. There's no way to describe that.
It's a pretty amazing that 10 years have gone by. I can remember when Sister Betty Scanlon first mentioned it to me, and I'd learned already by that point, you don't argue with Sister Betty Scanlon. I mean, you might as well get in line and say, okay, sister, what do you want to? And she was pulling together the meeting of the famous meeting where everybody sat around the table and discussed it. It's hard to believe the 10 years has slipped by, and I have met such wonderful people. Sisters of Mercy, whom I'd not met before, lay persons who are volunteering. I could go on and give you 10 minutes of names, but I'd be afraid of forgetting somebody. And
many times when you work in a situation where one group has resources and another group needs resources, it gets to be a little uneven, and it can actually even stunt the leadership. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think with Focus on Haiti, there's been a real opportunity for leadership to emerge. And leadership in terms of not deferring to the North or to the religious, saying very honestly, that idea is not going to work.
Yeah.
Or before we do that, we need to do these other things. That's what you need in a partner.
I mean, clearly, you have made a difference. The programs, the initiatives, the responses to women and children, to earth-related issues, a significant contribution that does reflect, our own critical concerns and our values, and a commitment to our value of collaboration and to do things in partnership that, where we take the lead from others who are closer to the experience, who are there day in and day out, and we listen well to the people of Haiti themselves, so that our response has an integrity.
At every every juncture with Mercy Focus on Haiti, God provided what was needed. When we needed to organize our finances, God gave us Colleen Maher and Kathy Mullen. When we needed to do more development, God gave us Marion Grimes. When we needed help, we were getting too big for our britches and we needed more facilitation, God gave us Kathy Thornton. When we needed to fundraise so we could support CLM, God gave us people like AJ Healy, like all of the wonderful donors that we had. So I so believe that this ministry is of God.
They're remarkably resilient. And I have learned by sad experience that they know a whole lot more about what works for them than we do. And they're remarkably patient with us.
I think one of the things that struck me initially was the partnership model. And I continue to be really impressed with that. I continue to be impressed with how Mercy Focus on Haiti, I think, is a good model for future ministry efforts in terms of how it really involved a variety of Sisters of Mercy and associates, friends, co-workers, in really bringing their skills together in a very nimble way to make change. Not a lot of overhead.
Certainly wish them and me a happy anniversary and many, many more years here in Gros Morne and the surrounding areas, that we can spread mercy throughout this land.
We're at that chapter, met in the hallway and said, what do you think? We need to gather some people. We need to sit down. We need to look at the words, the inspired words that came out of this meeting, and we need to say, how can we collectively, as a grassroots organization, make a difference by the words from this sacred document? And so Betty said, Dale, put a note on the bulletin board, and I did. And we all met for lunch, and that was the start of this dream. Thank God Mercy Focus on Haiti has matured and grown thanks to the support of so many people who have come along, like you, Kathy and Elizabeth, people who have joined us on the journey. The journey no longer is a few of us who had the dream, but many of us who continue the dream in the work for the Haitians.
I wish you don't stop. Don't stop. I know the life is not easy. You could find difficulty. Maybe someone doesn't understand you. Maybe someone could say bad thing to you. Please don't be decorated. Continue your way. Continue. Then someday we will have to celebrate our 50 years. I'm waiting for this.